What's up, everybody, man? It's your boys, Cam and T, man, back at it again with another episode of the Cam and T podcast. I am your co-host, Tony T. Tom West, and we have my brother from another mother, Cam. Happy podcast day, bro. Happy Tuesday. Happy to have you back, bro. Glad to see you smiling. Glad to see you doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm good, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for everybody checking in on your boy too. It meant a lot. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm doing good, man. I'm excited for this one because I know you ready.
Yeah.
I know you ready. You know
Yeah.
I'm ready, man. This gonna be a good one, bro. But I'm doing good, man. How about yourself, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I really can't complain, man. Just glad to be out of I think me and you both had a very tumultuous January, like where it was
January.
just a lot going on. So I'm just kind of glad to be out of January, to be quite frankly honest with you. So yeah, I'm good, man. Just trying to get through, making another day, man. You know how it is, bro. Just trying to make it another day. But I'm good though. I can't complain, man. We got a really. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you, you and Bomani Jones was going back and forth there.
I know AB comments already. God, that
Yeah,
was
I
quick.
seen that earlier. I meant to text you about it, but I forgot. I had a busy day, low key, so I didn't get to it. But you and Bomani Jones was going back and forth.
Going back and forth, man.
No, what happened?
Going back and forth, man. I had to call that boy out, man. I had got fed up, man. Well, so this what happened. And it really just started. I mean, it's just you know how I do, man. I ain't scared to tag somebody in what I got to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it was about I don't know if you've seen it, but Michael Jordan's son got
got
arrested
arrested or something, right?
he got arrested this morning for cocaine.
I seen the TMZ video just literally like 5 minutes before we got on here.
Yeah, so he got arrested. But I had tagged Bomani in it, and I forgot what I even said, but basically I had called him out because I was like, Bomani was hating on LeBron for his son being in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Stephen A. Smith, I should have tagged Stephen A. Smith too. But Stephen A. Smith was also just last week. He had the nerve to say that that LeBron should like put an end to Bronny's time in with the Lakers or something like that. I don't know, but they was talking about Bron and his son and all of that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it come to Jordan and when it come to Jordan kids, the only time we see Jordan kids in the news is when they getting arrested for something. You know what I'm saying? When they getting arrested for coke, when they getting arrested for resisting arrest or whatever, disorderly conduct, that's Jordan kids. And so I had basically tagged Bomani and was like, bro, you gotta keep that same energy, bro. You can't sit here and be hating on Bron's son because he in the NBA when other rich athletes and like big time athletes, kids ain't even, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even working. Like they just being lazy and doing drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Living off their parents' money, yeah.
Living off their parents. Yeah. I forget the word for it, but that's what they doing. But Bronny, you know, he was like nepotism is a bad thing and he was like, it's embarrassing and it's a clown show. But I'm like, to me, what's really embarrassing is if my son was getting arrested for coke, you know what I'm saying? Or having a DUI, like to me, that's embarrassing. I don't know about playing. I think if my son made it to the NBA, I'd be cool with it. But I don't know. That's just me. So me and him had some words back and forth, and some of his people was had some things to say, but he ended up blocking me in the end. So it's
okay. Yeah, like I said, I ain't really I really ain't been on Twitter like that today, but I didn't really get to see the whole thing. But people telling me like, oh, Cam and Bomani Jones going back. And I meant to text you, but I was like, hold on, I just seen something about you and Bomani Jones going back and forth. I don't really know Bomani Jones like that. So I mean, I've seen some of his stuff on ESPN and stuff when he used to work there, but I ain't really, you know. But dang, that's crazy. Glad, yeah, well, whatever. But I kind of agree with you. I would definitely rather my son be using my nepotism in a positive way and being in the NBA and doing positive stuff than being stuck on a train track somewhere because he's off cocaine. So yeah, I definitely feel where you come from on that. I'm just being honest, bro. Like I'm with you on that 100%. So yeah, definitely understand that. We got a good show for y'all tonight, though. Go ahead, Cam. You was about to say something.
No, I was gonna say they tried to get at me because I didn't know the difference between crack and
like, bro,
I'm like it's the same thing, bro. Like, oh, like my bad, bro. My bad. He was smoking. He was snorting it. My bad, bro. My
People on
bad.
Twitter are miserable,
My
man. That's
bad.
why I don't even be on that app that much more, bro. They people on that app are miserable, like real miserable. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I don't blame you though. You right though. You was in the right for that for real. So anyway, let's get to the show tonight because we got a really packed show. We're gonna start it off with Luka and Lakers stuff. We're gonna get into that first. De'Aaron Fox, we'll talk about that trade a little bit too. I think Zach LaVine got traded to Sacramento as well in that trade. And then we jumping right into the Super Bowl, man. We got Super Bowl Sunday coming up this week. And another thing, before we even get going, I don't understand why the Monday after the Super Bowl in the United States of America, it should be a holiday, bro. We should all be off on Monday, bro. Like we should be off on Monday, or you could do this too. Or you could just push the Super Bowl back, which is probably what's going to end up happening when they add the 18th week. Push Super Bowl back a week where it ends on President's Day weekend, and then we off that Monday.
Yeah.
Most people are off that Monday anyway. So yeah. Anyway, but I just feel like Super Bowl should be like a holiday in America at least.
It should be a holiday for sure.
Yeah. So again, big game on Saturday on Sunday we'll talk about it as well. A couple players in the NFL are looking like they're gonna have new destinations. Myles Garrett has pretty much requested a trade. Cooper Kupp has pretty much gotten told we gonna trade you.
Yeah.
And I've even seen something from Charvarius Ward that was kind of insinuating that he might be getting traded. He was like, well, for whatever team I play for next year. He said something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, a lot going on in the NFL too as well. But Cam, let's jump into, I think, the most shocking sports news besides Kobe passing away. I mean, to be quite frankly honest, this trade, this Luka to LA trade, to me, is the craziest thing in sports, not relating to Kobe passing away, I've ever seen. In my whole 30 years of life, I'll be 30 next month, I don't think I've ever seen anything this crazy. When I was literally laying in bed on, what was that, Saturday night? I was laying in bed getting ready to go to sleep. I was literally putting my phone down when I got the notification from ESPN saying Luka had been traded. I said, ain't no way. This is a prank. I had to literally go on to Sham's page, make sure I seen that yellow check mark to make sure this was him. And he even tweeted out like, yeah, this is for real. And I was just shocked. I was like, hold on, bro. This doesn't make any sense. Luka's like a top 3 player in the NBA. And now he's in LA. And he just got traded for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. That's it. There's nothing else more. We seen Mikal Bridges literally this past season get traded for like 5 first-round picks. And the Lakers got a sweet deal. Not saying AD is a scrub. I don't want to make it seem like, because I've been seeing a lot of that the last like 72 hours, that AD is just like trash. That ain't the truth either. But, bro, I got to give my take on this first. Nico Harrison, you're an absolute dumbass. It's no other way I can cut the cheese, bro. I'm sorry. I can't. There's no other way to put it, bro. Like, there's literally no other way to put it. You trade a top, there's got to be more, Cam. I talked about this earlier. It's got to be something else more going on than just Luka ate too many cheeseburgers. Luka drunk too many IPAs. There's got to be something more that we're not hearing about. It's got to be more. I'm not believing, oh, well, he couldn't keep his weight down. That's why we traded him. We're talking about a top 3 player in the NBA. We're talking about a top 3 player in the NBA at the age of 25. And you trade him for Anthony Davis, who's a top 15-ish player or so, Max Christie, who's just a role player, and a first-round pick in 2029, which if the Lakers are going to be as good as they probably are going to be now, is going to be pretty much an early second-round pick. I just don't get it. The whole thing still to me does not make sense. I think there is something else going on. I don't know. The whole thing just does not seem right to me. There's no way you do this. And the sad thing about this, I don't think a lot of people know this, Luka just bought a $15 million mansion last Monday. He's not going to be that's how solidified he thought he was going to be in Dallas. This man bought a $15 million house last Monday, bro. And them folks traded him on Saturday, bro. Man, they even gonna get his equity for his house, bro. I mean, golly, Dallas Mavericks, bro, y'all did that man dirty. The fans are outraged. I don't blame them. Jason Kidd looked outraged. I don't blame him. Nico Harrison, dude, I don't think you last through this. I don't think he lasts a year, honestly, after this trade. Now I will say this, and now I'll let you get in here. I do think defensively, though, and short-term wise, Dallas is going to be a problem because defensively, AD brings a whole nother dynamic to them defensively. And that pick and roll game with him and Kyrie is going to be insane work. So short-term wise, like the next 2-3 years, it might actually cook a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But you just set the Lakers up for 10 years, bro. They're set. They're set for the next 10 years minimum if he stays there and stuff. And Luka just looks pitiful. I mean, he looks like somebody killed his mama in front of him. I mean, he looks pitiful. Even at the press conference today, he looked like, God, I cannot believe I'm here. This is terrible. Like, he looks pissed. And I can't wait to see that game on February 25th when they come to LA. I slick Mike. I said I want to go to LA because of wildfires. I might have to be in the building for that. Because that's gonna be insane. That's gonna be insane work, bro. I just know it's gonna be insane, bro. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I'm just shocked. I mean, I had never seen nothing in sports be that shocking to me besides Kobe passing away. Literally. That's the only thing that was more shocking than what we seen on Sunday. I mean, on Saturday. I don't think we'll ever see a trade like that again in life. I mean, it was just such a shocker. Like the De'Aaron Fox trade, we're going to talk about it later. I didn't even care about that. I was like, oh, that's regular. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like this Luka trade, I mean, dude, Beyonce announced her tour 5 minutes after the Luka trade, and there were women on the TL saying, hold on, Beyonce, shut up for a minute. This is serious business. And we're talking about women that love Beyonce, bro. Like, that's how crazy this thing was, bro. It's just, I've never seen anything like this in sports. My whole 30 years of being alive, I've never seen anything like it. But the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, I ain't never seen nothing like it myself. I was shocked. Let me tell you where I was. So I was on the game playing with the boys. Mm-hmm. I was just looking at my phone, and I knew I was winding down. You know how I get. I start falling asleep on the game. Mm-hmm. I started to wind down, bro. And I was sitting there looking at my phone. I saw the notification. That's the funny thing. I saw the notification, but I kind of just scrolled past it because I was just like, it's probably a small trade. You know, I wasn't really paying attention to it. I saw Luka's name, and I thought, okay, he probably starting to come back from injury, or maybe he had a little setback, something like that. I saw the name, and then I read it. And the first time I read it, I was just like, but then I read it. I was like, hold on, what? I had to read it again. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hold up. Then I did the same thing as you. I went on Twitter. Boom. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
I was like, ain't no way. And I was sitting here shocked. I was probably like, what? I probably said that for about an hour straight. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, same. I couldn't even go to sleep like that, bro. I was like,
bro, I'm telling you, I was sitting there. I was literally, my eyes was getting heavy. I woke up immediately. I don't know when that trade broke, 11:30 or midnight or whatever.
It was around about midnight. Yeah.
For an hour straight, I was just like, bro, what? What? You seen my tweets? I was like, what is?
Yeah.
Like, what is this, bro? I cannot believe. I had fell asleep. I woke up and I still couldn't believe it. I was like, this got to be a dream, bro.
Yeah.
I was just like, I called Cordell first thing because he a Lakers fan. My boy Cordell. I called him first thing in the morning, and I was like, Cordell, give me your thoughts. He was lit, obviously. I mean, he obviously, first and foremost, let me say this too. Anthony Davis is one of the best players ever, and he's one of the best players in the league. So, like, it's not like the Mavericks got nothing in return. The problem is Anthony Davis is 32, and he's had a pretty rough injury history. Now, he's been healthy the last 2 years, but suppose the reason why he's been healthy is because of that Lakers training staff, that Lakers conditioning staff. Suppose he get to Dallas, and they can't help him out like they couldn't help Luka. Think about it. Luka had if you say your problem with Luka Doncic was his nutrition, his conditioning, his diet, you gotta work on Anthony Davis too, because his conditioning wasn't that good before he got to LA. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in New Orleans, it was pretty bad, to be honest with you. So, I mean, we gotta be. If I'm the Dallas Mavericks, I'm praying every single minute, every single day that he stays healthy there. Because if he don't, then the trade is lost already.
Yeah.
The trade is lost already. And by the way, let me add this too. If the Dallas Mavericks don't win a championship this year or next, my boy needs to be fired.
He gonna be fired.
He got to go. And I feel bad for Jason Kidd because I know he didn't know nothing about the trade. They say LeBron didn't even know nothing about the trade. They said Rob Pelinka laughed, thought because he thought he was joking. They said the owner laughed at him when he made that trade. Mark Cuban said he couldn't believe it. Mark Cuban's the same man that said if it was between keeping Luka with the Mavericks or divorcing his wife, he would divorce his wife. That's how bad it was. You can't do that, bro. And like you said, the thing about it is the Lakers are set up for their future. They don't even have to worry about finding no star ever again. They got Luka for 10 years if he stays there.
Yep.
And I'm talking about Luka ain't even hit his prime yet.
Yep.
And he's already got 5 first-team All-NBAs. You know how crazy that is? That's more than Steph Curry ever had. That's more than Steph Curry has in his whole career. So it's like, how can you, what was going through your mindset? Because in my mind, I understand that you want to win. I understand you want championships. But the NBA is a lot different than the NFL. All right. The NBA, in my humble opinion, I don't know how you feel about this, but in my opinion, I think Jenny Buss and the Lakers, just as an example, just if they wasn't a part of this trade, I think she would have been happy with LeBron being there for as long as he was, even if he didn't win a championship, because he brought people back to LA.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Luka was bringing people back to Dallas. He was putting butts in those seats to watch the game. Dallas didn't have to win no chip.
No.
Because they would have made bank just off of Luka alone. The jersey was probably one of the top selling jerseys in the world. And so to me, it's just boneheaded decision to sell your whole franchise, literally your whole franchise, for a ring, bro. For one ring that you might not even win. Because you still, in my humble opinion, you still not a better team than OKC. You still not a better team than the Boston Celtics. You still might not even be better than my Denver Nuggets. So it's like you sold a lot of your franchise. You sold your soul, literally your soul, the soul of your franchise. Even Dirk Nowitzki himself was surprised. You sold all of that just for one ring, bro. Not even 2, because you're not getting 2 out of this. You lucky if you get 1. You sold that for 1 championship when you could have had. There's a chance that Luka could be good for 3 or 4 with the Los Angeles Lakers. Man, come on, bro. Get out of here, bro. And you know better than that. And also, let me tell you this. You know, this is the same man that fumbled Steph Curry when he was at Nike.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, dog. This is the same man that couldn't even say Steph Curry's name right in the Nike meeting. He couldn't, and he reused the same presentation that he had for Kevin Durant. Fumble him and let him walk to Under Armour. Under Armour. Get out of here, bro. Yeah. This man has no kind of respect. You can tell he don't have respect for nobody. He clearly can't. You can't have respect for the Dallas Mavericks. You can't have respect for Luka Doncic. You can't have respect for Jason Kidd. I mean, that's a terrible, terrible move for him to make.
I've never seen anything like it, man.
It's the most surprising trade in sports history, and it's probably the most surprising thing, like you said, outside of Kobe Bean Bryant passing away, that we've ever seen in sports history. This is major. Yeah. This is major. There's nothing
it's quite literally the trade that stopped the world. I mean, quite literally. At midnight on a Saturday night, everybody was like even here, shout out to Ace. He even said in the comments, a DJ in the club announced a trade. I mean, we talk about a DJ in the club announcing the trade, bro. Like we talking like this is 9/11. Like,
Yeah,
this is
man.
a world event. Like, this is just crazy, bro. Like, not trying to make light of 9/11, the people that passed away and nothing like that. But like, that's
Right.
just how crazy this was. Like, it was
How
like,
big
oh
it
my
was.
God, really? Like, that really happened? And then the compensation that you got was, no disrespect to AD, because I want to talk about that a little bit too before we move on. You only get a 32. AD's gonna be 32 in 3 weeks. He's gonna be 32 years old. You get Max Christie, let's be honest. He's a bench player. He's a role player at best. And you get a 2029 first round pick, which again, by that time, Luka and the Lakers are gonna probably have pieces and they probably gonna be cooking by then.
Yeah.
So pretty much a late first round pick, probably. I just don't get it, man. It's got to be more. It's got to be something legal going on. It's got to be some type of bad addiction problem. It's hard for me to believe they just were like, oh no, get him up out of here. Number 3, bro, I can really only name you one guy that's for sure better than Luka, and that's your man's Jokic. I think you can make an argument for Greek Freak at 2, and I would put Luka right there at 3. And I might would put Luka at 2, not gonna lie.
Just, I mean, on a good day for sure, you know what I'm saying?
It's tough for me to realize. It just doesn't make sense. The trade to me just does not make sense. I just don't get it. And then on top of that, I feel terrible for Luka, not just because, and again, I mean, millionaire's problem, who cares? But he just lost 116 M's because they didn't want to pay him that supermax. And on top of that, trust me, as a person that frequents California a lot, you might as well take another like 75 M's off of that because they're going to tax him half of the whatever he gets. So he's essentially probably lost almost 200 million dealing with
because Dallas don't have no tax, right? What is it? The income tax?
Texas don't have no income tax.
Oh,
so he done got hit up double. They're not gonna be able to pay him the full amount because, again, once you get traded, they can't pay you the full max amount. And then on top of that California tax is gonna whoop his butt. And see,
part of that too. That's good for the Lakers though, because now you got
100%. The Lakers are smiling right now. Yeah, I mean, you smiling right now.
You just got a top 5 player. Don't even have to pay him a supermax. That's crazy. So that, like, for those of y'all in the that's watching, think about it this way. Essentially, what this trade has done is basically said that everything that Luka has done in his career don't even matter.
Yep.
Because that's what made him eligible for the supermax contract, and now he can't even get that. So, like, the first team All Pros, that's all out the window. It don't even matter. So, I mean, it's real sickening. So he went from making essentially almost $400 million to around like 280 or something like that, or 260, something.
And like I said, with the LA taxes and not Georgia, California taxes, it's gonna be more like 110, 120. You said 200, so more like 150, 160.
Something. I think it might be 220. I think there might be. I don't know what he made. I don't know what it was.
Either way it go, he just lost a lot of money.
He lost a lot of money.
He lost a lot of money dealing with them folks. And for that reason alone, and I know what LA, they're going to try to do, like, oh, we're going to put you in Hollywood. You're going to get that money back some other time. Well, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
They're going to try to push that whole narrative. But again, man, it's just, that's tough.
Think about it this way, T.
Yeah.
Not even the money thing, but imagine this. Well, let's talk about the money. Imagine knowing that you got almost 400 M's waiting on you at the end of the season. It don't even matter. Like, it don't even matter. They could have not made the playoffs. They could have got bounced in the first round. The Mavericks should have extended him that $400 million. That's what he was in line for.
Yeah.
So you knew you had that in the works. Imagine knowing that you got a jersey waiting on you in the Raptors, because he's already getting his jersey.
He been getting a statue.
A statue was in the works. A statue was in the works. Imagine you got all of that, and you only 25 years old, and you just bought a house. Your family, your kids, kids was gonna be welcomed in Dallas for the rest of their days. They was like, oh, that's Luka Doncic's great grandchild. It would have been revered. And they traded you for what? For a shot at one championship? Not even a guarantee, a shot. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if they had traded for Steph, Bron, and KD, Jokic, and Giannis, if that was what they got in return for Luka. But no, you couldn't even get a guarantee chip. Because Kyrie and AD, you don't even know if Kyrie going to opt out or opt into his player option next year. Because if he opt out, then you cook.
And we got some more news. So this ain't funny.
Bro.
Dallas Mavericks posted, I don't know if you've seen this yet. Dallas Mavericks posted like all of AD's accolades. And on there, they put 9-time All-Star. And then he came back. AD himself corrected them and said, like, asterisk 10-time All-Star. Oh my God. And I'm glad because I was literally about to bring this up. I feel terrible for AD because I feel like with the Lakers, they kind of appreciated him, like the fan base. They were kind of harsh on him too. And I think they're more excited about getting Luka than losing him. And then he's never going to be appreciated the same in Dallas. I hate to say that. It's just the facts. He will never be appreciated the same in Dallas because how he got there. Yep. It don't matter if this man wins the next 5 MVPs, which we know won't happen. I can guarantee you he will not be appreciated as much as Luka would have been. And I feel terrible for him on that note. But yeah, I just happened to see that just now, and I was like, wow, this is not going over well in Dallas at all. So it's a mess. It's a mess. It's bad. I mean, I know AD, I don't know. It's just a mess, bro.
I hope that it works out for him. Because if it don't, they've been posting pictures of Luigi, and you know who I'm talking about. If it don't, I'm fearing.
It's not funny, bro.
I'm fearing for that man's life because look, man. I look.
Yeah, that boy better. What's that dude name? He better have that. He better have his security on point.
Oh yeah, cause ain't gonna be don't be on no Drake. Why would I put on a vest? I expect you to aim for the head. Don't be on that. You need to have the full body gear on anytime you step out, bro.
That Harrison dude, he needs to be
Nico Harrison
walking on eggshells, man. Because I'm not lying, they ain't playing about him at all. So yeah, let me read some of y'all comments real quick, and then we move on. AB said, yeah, they did Luka dirty. A said, Lakers 100% won the trade. Yeah. Yeah, we technically got him on a discount. I think Denzel's a Lakers fan. A said, I don't understand why the Mavs would make their conference rival better. That's what I'm saying. Like, this whole thing does not make sense to me. I just do not understand it. And then on top of that, they didn't make it public. Like, bro, if you would have made it public, we're trading Luka. What's up? You would have been getting.
Oh, you would have got, man.
Zoo. I just didn't get it, which is why I feel like there is more to the story. I just don't know what it is. But
I feel like if they hadn't announced it, the Nuggets would have been on the first. They would have been ringing that phone down.
NBA would have been on the first call.
We would have traded Murray. We would have traded Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon and a few first-round picks just for Luka Doncic. And all they could get was Anthony Davis, Max username, and a 2029 first-round pick who's currently in the 9th grade, I think. Come on, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It just does not make a lot of sense. I just don't get it. It just doesn't make a lot. I just have never seen anything like that. We spent 30 minutes on this already, but it's just that's how crazy this thing is. I don't even mind spending 30 minutes on it because it's just crazy. Like this is the craziest thing we've ever seen in sports in my lifetime for sure. It's the craziest thing we've ever seen. They was out there. Last thing about this Luka thing, and then we'll move on. They was out there holding a funeral in front of
all that.
Bro, it's not funny. I truly feel bad though for those fans. I really do. Like that don't make no sense. I do not get it. I do not understand. But yeah, that jump was funny. Let's talk about De'Aaron Fox a little bit. De'Aaron Fox gets traded to the Spurs. In a 3-team trade, Zach LaVine ended up going to Sacramento. A couple of the pieces in like Kevin Huerter and guys like that ended up going to Chicago. I'm gonna be honest, and I'll say this: I don't think really nobody cared about that trade because of what had happened the day before. So I don't think nobody really cared as much about the De'Aaron Fox trade. But I do think that's a good pairing with Wemby. Personally, I think they're going to be a really decent team. Now NBA Finals contender, I don't really know about all that right now.
Not this year. No.
Yeah, not this year. Maybe down the line a little bit. And I was kind of talking about this yesterday when I was on stream on my when I was game streaming. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like De'Aaron Fox is kind of one of them. I don't want to be rude, like, because he's a great player. He's a really good player. He's a solid player. I kind of feel like he's a little bit overrated. I'm not gonna lie, like, respectfully. I kind of feel like he's one of those guys that he will, don't get me wrong now, he'll drop 50 on you one random night on a Tuesday in the middle of December, and then he'll kind of just be an average player after that. Like, no disrespect to him, I still think he's a really good player. But I don't know if I'm really moved by the whole De'Aaron Fox going to the Spurs. Now, granted, in this case, he wouldn't be the number one. He would be the number two behind Wemby because Wemby's already a top 15, 20 player in the league already. So that bodes well for him. So this might be a better fit for him where he don't got to show up and drop 25, 28 a night. So what do you think about that trade? How do you feel about the whole thing just in general?
I think first and foremost, I think the Kings are kind of dumb and stupid, and I really don't know what they're doing with their franchise.
That organization is terrible. By the way,
they kind of look, and this is why I say, you can't give you got to act like you've been here before. The Kings had one good season, as industry playing NBA team, and they done fell apart ever since. I mean, they had one good season. Now they act like they don't know how to act. Like, come on, bro. You was almost there. Like all you had to do was just keep going. But they didn't know what they was doing. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't get what they're doing. The Spurs, on the other hand, are smart. I mean, they got their point guard for the future. They got their big of the future. All they got to do is just fill out the rest of the roster, and they might be all right in 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple pieces here and there. They got some talented players. They still got Chris Paul. They got Devin Vassell. They got Stephon Castle. They just got him in this draft. So they got Stephen Castle. They just got they got something to work with. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to do a whole lot of building, but they have to fill out the rest of that bench because I don't know who is on that bench, but it's just a bunch of random dudes. Like if you go look at their roster, you would be surprised on who was on their team because I literally never heard of none of those guys that's on the bench. It is bad. They need to figure out somebody that can play next to Wemby too. Figure out that force situation, and I think they can. I think they'll be all right in the next couple of years. But like you said, I do like the pairing, and I like that De'Aaron Fox no longer has to be the number one. I think he's always worked better when he had somebody that could help him down low. Because I thought Sabonis is kind of overrated too, to be honest with you. I think they had two guys that were both kind of overrated because I don't think either one of them can lead you to a championship. And I think that was the real issue in Sacramento there. So I think De'Aaron Fox playing with Wemby is going to work out very well. As far as the Bulls go, I don't know what's going on with that franchise either.
Cooked.
I mean, I don't get it, bro. Like, you would think a franchise that had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, you know what I'm saying? You would think they would at least be smarter than what they are. I mean, they don't know how to build a team at all.
They've been in rebuild mode for like the last, I feel like 10 years.
10 years.
Like, I mean, they just been kind of in Mediocreville. And I know I can't talk as a Hawks fan, but the Hawks at least made it to the Eastern Conference Finals in the last couple of years.
I think y'all are smarter than what you give the Hawks credit for. The only thing about the Hawks is they just don't have they need to figure out that big situation because they can clearly know how to get guards and forwards. Yeah. Clearly. I mean, it's just the bigs for some reason. And it's not saying that Clint Capella is a scrub, but I think y'all need y'all need a Wemby type beat. You know what I'm saying? or that's what y'all need. But I think y'all are a lot better than way, way, way better than where the Bulls are.
Yeah.
Because they, I mean, again, I think me and you talked about this a couple weeks ago when we was talking about Mike Brown getting fired. The Bulls did the same thing as the Kings did. They thought DeMar DeRozan, somebody who never was able to lead a team to anywhere worth noting other than a few 1 seeds or whatever. They thought he was gonna be the needle mover for their franchise.
At this age.
At this age. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Bulls thought. That's what the Kings thought. You know what I'm saying? 2 dumb teams. Zach LaVine stayed, banged up. Lonzo Ball, they was working on him for the last 3 or 4 years. And now that he finally got back healthy, now they talking about trading him too. Like, what? like, what are we talking about, bro?
Yeah, the Bulls are not a good Ram franchise at this moment. Really, for like the last decade, they ain't been really a good Ram franchise, to say the least. At least since D Rose, like once he got hurt real bad.
Yep.
Since then, they ain't really been the same, to be quite frankly honest with you. So I agree with you on that 100%, man. I don't know. It just seems like both of those teams are like just kind of in a spin cycle, and especially Sacramento, man. They've been terrible since really my whole life. Yeah, they've been, I mean, I ain't seen them besides that 1 year they had, what was that, 2 years ago? They've been terrible since like 2001, since Weber was there and all that. Like, they've been absolutely dog crap. Like, so I don't know, man. Again, I'm kind of with you on it. I don't really see the vision for neither one of those teams, unfortunately. Quick question before we move on to like Super Bowl talk. What did I tell you about Houston? I was a year early on Houston, but I told you that team was turning a corner, and they turned the corner. I happened to look up the other day ago. I don't know where they're at in the seeding wise, but I think they're pretty high up in the West. Yeah, that's what I thought. They were up there pretty high. I know Memphis been doing pretty good too, though.
Yep.
But I knew Houston. I was a little early on them last year when I predicted them to make the playoffs. But this year they really seem to be coming around. The young guys are really clicking. And yeah, I think Houston's gonna be a team to watch out for the future, man. I'm not even gonna lie. They are 3C. Okay, they 3. Okay. I think Memphis. I think Memphis jumped them there. Yeah, I think Memphis is 2 because Memphis been doing pretty good too. But yeah, I told you, man, in Houston, they ain't no joke, bro. The Rockets, they got something, bro. Let's start. I think that's it on the NBA. I think let's start transitioning over to the NFL. We got Super Bowl Sunday, obviously on Sunday. Chiefs again versus the Eagles. So a rematch from 2 years ago for one. I'm gonna let you get your bars off first. What do you think? What do you think? What you think the game outcome gonna look like? What do each team need to do to win the game? What do you think?
Let's see. I'll start with what I think each team needs to do.
Yep.
So I think Philly needs to do what they've been doing all season. That's run the football.
Yeah.
All right. I think if Philly can establish the run, I don't think they really have to do a whole lot through the air, to be honest with you. I know people say that Spags and the Chiefs defense are going to try to make Jalen Hurts and them throw, but what if Spags and them can't stop the run? You know what I'm saying? Then now it gets spooky. You know what I mean? So I think the Eagles just need to play their brand of football. Keep doing what's helped you win the last couple of years. Run the rock. You know what I'm saying? And if you have to pass it, I do believe in Jalen Hurts. I think he can still get it done with his arm. Obviously they got AJ Brown. Dallas Goedert is going stupid. I'm surprised I feel like he should have made an all-pro team low key. He was going crazy this year. And Devontae Smith was awesome as well. So I mean, they got a loaded team on offense and defense. I mean, there's just nothing. The Eagles should. I keep it a band with you. The Eagles really should win this game. They should win this football game. You know what I'm saying? They've had a lot better victories. They look better in their victories than the Chiefs have. Mm-hmm. So, and they absolutely dismantled the doggone Commanders a couple weeks ago. What was that score? Like 56 to 21 or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was the way that the Commanders did the Lions, and then the Eagles going to turn around and do the same thing to them, if not worse.
Yeah.
Ooh, you did what I'm saying. So I think I think the Eagles really should win this game. And as far as the Chiefs go, you know exactly what they need to do. Rely on Patrick Mahomes because he will deliver you to another Super Bowl if you rely on him. If you allow him to play his brand of football, which is, and I'm not talking about the little dinks and dunks. I'm talking about go ahead and start airing that thing out. You know what I'm
early.
saying? Early. You know what I'm saying? Get Xavier Worthy involved, get DeAndre Hopkins involved, get Juju Smith Schuster involved. I mean, get Travis Kelsey involved, of course. Noah Gray, get all them guys involved. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, and then the run game is it's not that good, but you know, maybe Pacheco's healthy now. You know, Kareem Hunt's obviously there. I think they have a good enough run game,
Mhm.
but if you want to beat the Eagles, I think you gotta have a little more balance. You know what I'm saying? I think what's my boy name? Matt Nagy. I think
Mhm.
he's kind of dumbed or he's kind of nerfed Patrick Mahomes a little bit in the last couple of years.
Mhm.
I think in the Super Bowl you gotta. Well, I guess it don't even matter because they've been winning. But I think in
Yeah.
this, I think in this specific game you gotta kind of let him rip it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Um, and as far as who wins the game, I told you before the call, I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I think the NFL really wants a three-peat. To be honest with you, I'm not saying that they're gonna give it to them,
Yeah.
but I think the NFL really wants a three-peat. I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. I probably never will ever again.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I'm gonna say 33-30.
Okay. That's fair. I think that's a pretty good, yeah, I agree with that. So for me, just as far as what I kind of take the same approach as you got, uh, Eagles again. I'm 100% with you. Run the ball. We already know Spags is gonna set up them blitzes and stuff like that. You got to run that ball, man. You got to run that ball. Make them kind of keep them honest. Now you do got to take some shots downfield too, but keep them honest. But I think
Mm,
we've seen Saquon Barkley be the best running back in the NFL clearly this year. I think that you have to continue to feed him, continue to have the offense go through him, and then let your weapons on the outside, once they try to shut down on him, let A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, all these guys, then at that point, have them pick and choose their poison. You either want to cover those guys or stop Saquon, essentially. And don't forget, Hurts can run the ball too. So again, I think running the ball is going to be important in this game. I think it's going to set them up for success. I think defensive wise, getting pressure on Patrick Mahomes up front, mainly in the middle too, is what I'm thinking. Like sending in some blitzes, getting push from Jalen Carter up front. I think that's going to be important for them as well. And then I would probably say for the Eagles, just don't like lose to, and this is more a college thing, but it happens in the NFL too. Don't lose to the logo. Like, don't
mm.
immediately come out there and be like, oh, we playing the Chiefs. We know they're gonna get certain calls and that. Like, don't even think like that, bro. Just go out there and perform. Do your job. So I think that's gonna be important for them. As far as the Chiefs, I think getting pressure on Jalen Hurts early and often, because in that Super Bowl 2 years ago, Hurts low key went off on that defense. Like, he low key was spazzing and would have won MVP if they won that game.
Yeah,
So again, I think getting him hit up early and putting pressure on him early will be very effective for their defense for Kansas City. As far as Mahomes, like you said, I'm kind of with you. Don't be scared to throw that ball downfield. Don't be scared to get Xavier Worthy going. Don't be scared to get these guys going early, man. I mean, that's just what it is. You're gonna have to throw that ball around, even though we know Eagles secondary is pretty raw, man. They're a pretty good
yeah,
secondary. They got Quinyon Mitchell, really good rookie. The white boy Cooper DeJean, really good rookie.
yeah.
They got some dudes, bro. Seriously, for real,
Darius
they got
Slay,
some
Reed
dudes.
Blankenship. They got some
Slade,
guys.
Blankenship, the other white boy, like they got some boys back there in their secondary. So it ain't gonna be no easy task. And I think this is the last thing I'm gonna say about the Chiefs, you have to play your most complete game on Sunday because this is the most complete team you've played this
Yeah,
year. The Eagles
for
are a
sure.
really, really fundamentally sound, really good team. And
Yeah,
honestly, I almost want to argue this is the best team they played out of the last three Super Bowls, too, because The year they played the Eagles the first time, Jalen Hurts and them was still kind of young. I think that was AJ Brown's first or second year there. You know, it was their first year there. So again, it was kind of all new. The boys have been around now, and they done got better and younger at secondary. And then last year with the Niners, they were a really good team too. They were close, but this Philly team is just loaded at almost every single position, like quarterback loaded, running back loaded. Like Brock Purdy ain't better than no Jalen Hurts, bro. Like it's just even close, man. Like, he ain't better than Jalen Hurts, bro. Even though Brock Purdy wasn't terrible last year, he ain't better than Jalen Hurts, bro. That wide receiver core. I'm sorry. I know Ayuk and Debo, your boys, they ain't better than AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, bro. So to me, this is the most complete team in the last 3 Super Bowls that the Chiefs have played. So they gonna get tested. I got the Chiefs winning this game. I do think they three-peat. Give me the Chiefs 31-28, late field goal by Harrison Buckner. I think gets them the win, and I think they three-peat, and I think we start the conversation. I'm going to go ahead and say this now, too. And a lot of people want to argue with me, including my dad, who's probably watching this. I think Patrick Mahomes the GOAT if he pulls this off. If he gets three-peat and has 4 rings, I'm putting Patrick Mahomes above Brady. I don't care if Brady got 7. I'm putting him above Brady. And here's why. I'm going to tell you why. Talent-wise, Brady can't even sniff what Mahomes is talent-wise. I'm sorry. Brady would probably admit that to you.
I'm about to say he'd probably tell you that.
Brady don't got the arm talent he got. Brady don't got the athletic ability that he has. And when you have these things, you can win a little bit less rings. That's why when people say LeBron's the best player of all time, I mean, I still say Michael, but I can understand. To me, LeBron don't need to get 6 rings to be better than Jordan. I think if Bron got 1 more, I'm probably putting him above Jordan. I'm not even gonna lie. At 5, I probably would, because he's more athletic than him. He's an athletic freak. He's accomplished more.
Been doing it for 20 years.
He's been doing it for 20 years. No break, no gambling scam, no nothing. Like, I'm just being real. So I don't get mad at people no more when they be like, "Oh, LeBron's the GOAT." Yeah, now I'm starting to see it with myself, with Mahomes. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, those LeBron fans actually have a valid point. I used to didn't think they did, but they kind of do. Because LeBron is way more physically gifted than Michael. I don't think Michael Jordan would disagree with you on that, even. He's a freaking cyborg, and I feel the same way about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is more. If he gets to 5, it shouldn't even be a discussion.
Yeah.
At 4, I can kind of understand y'all still debate me. If Mahomes gets to 5, and he's the first quarterback to ever three-peat, because that would be the feat on Sunday if he wins. He's the only quarterback to ever three-peat and doing it before the age of 30.
Before 30, bro.
If he pulls that off, and then I think he's the best of all time, bro. I think he's the best of all time, bro. In my personal opinion, I personally think if he pulls this off, three-peats, and don't let him get a 5th ring in like 2 or 3 years from now, I'm putting him. I ain't gonna lie, Cam. He win on Sunday. I'm putting him above Brady, bro.
Because let me interject too. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Yep. Well, first I'm gonna say this too. First, I'm gonna say, speaking to your point, people forget it took 10 years in between. What was that ring? Like 3 and 4 for Tom Brady?
Brady didn't win a ring from 07 to what, 16, 17, something like that?
18, right?
18. So it might have been from 08. It might have been from 08 to 10. I mean to 18.
Something. But I know he there was 10 years between 2 of his championships, which is I'm not
still great.
Saying I ain't trying to knock. I ain't trying to say that's a knock, but what I'm trying to say is Mahomes got 4 and God, we ain't even 10 years in yet. You know what I'm saying? How many years it's been? 7, 8 years. 8. This is year 8.
Yep.
So he got 4 and 8 years, bro. Versus, so think about it. So Brady played 21 years. I think he went to 10 Super Bowls. So pretty much he went there half of his career, which is insane. But and he won 7 of them, which is insane as well. They say he won a championship at a higher rate than Steph Curry hits a 3, which is kind of crazy. But And Mahomes is at 4 and 8 years, or could be at 4 and 8 years.
Could be at 4 and 8.
That's crazy. That's insane.
And
But the
technically
part
4 and 7 seasons, which is incredible.
True. Yeah.
Because he didn't get drafted until 17.
That's right.
And then he didn't play until really 18.
18. That's right. So come on. And he's been to the AFC Championship every single season,
brother. Like, I'm sorry. If he pulls this off and he's the first player to ever three-peat, I'm putting him above Brady. Me and Freeze, shout out to my guy Freeze, we was in there arguing about that the other day ago. People got like, oh, y'all can't put him above Brady if he do that. Bro, I'm sorry. I ain't never seen Brady do the stuff that this guy's doing. I'm sorry, bro. Like, Brady ain't this talented, brother. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is quite literally the best football player I've ever seen in my entire life so far. Especially if he wins on Sunday in three-peats. Now, if he don't three-peat, if he don't win on Sunday, I won't be making this speech. I'll be like, you know what, he still got maybe like 1 or 2 more to win. But if he three-peats and he has 4 before the age of 30, I'm putting him above.
I think it's the feat, bro. It's the three-peat that pause about the feat, but it's the feature. You know what I'm saying? It's what he gets. It's if he three-peats. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between having 4 rings and having 4 rings and it includes a three-peat. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's a three-peat for me that I think is to your point. If he gets 5 in his career, 4 or 5 in his career, I'm cool with y'all saying he to go because he three-peated and was the person only to do it.
Only one to do it, bro.
Something that Brady couldn't even do. Now, the devil's advocate point that I was gonna make though is that Tom Brady did beat him twice in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only, and it was one of them was for the Super Bowl. That's the only thing for me that I look at when I say it. I'm like, man, but it's gonna be really hard.
But you know why I'm gonna tell you I don't care about that? Because Tom Brady is not as talented as him. That's why. I mean, just honest truth. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's, that's like me saying, hey, this is just I'm trying to see if I can get a good compare. I'll just make this comparison up. That's like saying, hey, Kobe beat MJ his last year in Chicago. We all know MJ is better than Kobe, brother. Like we already know that. We already know that. Well, that's not like, but again, me personally, I just don't. I know for a fact that MJ is just more talented than Kobe. So that's just my personal thought on it. Like I don't think that matters because of the talent. I get it though, because he did lose 2 Super Bowl, one in the AFC Championship and then 1 in the Super Bowl to Brady.
Yeah.
So I understand the argument. But to me personally, Mahomes is doing something that has never been done, period.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he's doing it at a more rapid pace than Brady. Brady ain't see 4 rings till, like you just said, his mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
This man did it at 29.
At 29.
If he wins on Sunday. To me, it would be hard for me. I don't know. I just think Mahomes the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. I mean, that's really at this point, talent-wise. Again, a lot of people said that about Aaron Rodgers too, but he only won 1 ring.
But he only got 1. You know what I'm saying? And Rodgers.
A lot of people were saying Aaron Rodgers is more talented than Brady, which I kind of do agree. But he only got 1 ring.
That's 100% true, but it's not even.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care win or lose. He already done passed Joe Montana to me. He number 2 at worst for me. And if he win on Sunday, it's confirmed because they'll both have 4 Super Bowls. So I don't even want to hear no more Joe Montana talk. It's Brady and Mahomes, and that's it.
That's
for
it.
Sure. It's already like that for me, but definitely, if they win on Sunday, it's 100% like that for me. Not gonna lie.
So so we all agree. I think everybody can agree. He didn't pass somebody like Drew Brees.
Yeah.
He didn't pass somebody like Peyton Manning.
He done passed them 2 years ago, brother.
Yeah, he passed Rodgers. He passed Rodgers. You know what I'm saying?
Passed them a couple years ago.
All of these guys, I think he done passed them. I'm at the point now where I'm with you. I already said, I think we said it last year during the Super Bowl. We was like, he already done passed Montana, or he's at least where Montana is.
Mm-hmm.
He's at least no lower than top 3. Now we talking about potentially number 2, number 1. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And he ain't even hit 30 yet. But see,
30, bro.
Let me say this. You see how we talking about him?
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't even hit 30 yet?
Yeah.
Luka Doncic was 25 years old, bro.
I knew you
was 25 years old.
I knew you was better put that back to Luka, bro. I knew you
25 years old,
I knew you,
bro.
Yeah. That
he
whole,
didn't even get a chance.
I can't get over that, bro.
That's bro.
Yeah. I still can't believe that. It just don't make a lot of sense. I just can't believe they set up the Lakers too. Like, that's another thing too. And I know we're going back to this again. The Lakers literally get gifted every decade somebody absolutely tremendous. And this is coming from a person that's kind of like a part-time Lakers fan. Like, bro, they had Wilt, they had Kareem, they had Shaq, then they had Shaq and Kobe, then they had Kobe by itself, then they had LeBron, now they got Luka. Like, bro, it's like for the past 50 years, LA Laker fans have been absolutely privileged to absolutely amazing basketball. It's crazy. Stars. And this is coming from a guy that's kind of like a part-time Lakers fan. Like, I've been pulling for them my whole life, essentially.
Yeah. I mean,
like
stars somehow
at least, but
find a way to somehow find a way to the Lakers. I mean, let's look at it. Like you said, Wilt, Kareem, Magic, and those are guys that they got somewhat organically. Yeah. Kobe Bryant was literally gift wrapped to him by a dumb organization. Right. That's still dumb 30 years later. Dude, or whatever.
Not trying to cut you off, not trying to change the subject. Do you know the Hornets have lost to the Wizards 3 times this year? The Wizards only have 7 wins. They've lost 3 times.
And 3 of them. I saw that. I know.
Yo, my bad. Go ahead though.
I know. I'm saying, but they get gift wrapped stars all the time. The Kobe Bryant thing. Obviously, nobody knew he was gonna turn out like that.
Yeah,
but he did. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this Luka trade. This is easily the dumbest. Like, Rob Pelinka was like, "Bro, are you joking?" And the dude was like, "Nah, let's get AD." Man, you crazy? Yeah. Like, this is the Lakers are one of those franchises. They're just one of those lucky franchises that just somehow, some way, it's gonna be all right at the end of the day.
I forgot. You know somebody even said James Worthy. I forgot about him. James Worthy was another one they had. Elgin Baylor, another one the Lakers got gift wrapped. I mean, it's just crazy, bro. I didn't even say Magic. I didn't even go that far up the list. Magic, I forgot to say him. Like, bro, this is crazy. Magic. Like, the Lakers get a generational talent literally every 10 or
every
so
decade.
years.
Every decade, literally every.
And now they're about to have Luka. That's why it's kind of, I don't know. This whole thing just does not make sense to me. I'm sorry. It just doesn't.
They said it was the nutrition. They said it was the conditioning. Because they said
something else to this, bro.
They said that they weren't sure if Luka Doncic was going to commit to the Dallas Mavericks. But I'm like you. I'm like, why would he not?
Why would he not? 350 something million, no tax money, like
nothing. And just bought a home. Like, why would he not? Like, he got
man just bought a home last week, bro. In Dallas, 15 million. You talking about something we not sure if he gonna commit? As soon as he would have bought that home, I would have told him, hey, Lakers trade, even if I wouldn't even been thinking about a trade, but even if I would, because they said it's been going on last 3 weeks, I'd have told Pelinka, we good, bro. Nah, we good. Cause ain't nobody gonna drop no 15 million on a house and move
and not commit. Yeah, like, what do you
like, that was his commitment right there. Because he's not gonna get no money for that. He's not gonna get no money. He ain't gonna have no equity in the house. He just lost $15 million.
Unless he sell it to AD.
Sell the AD.
That's it.
Do a house swap, something like that.
Yeah, do a house swap. That's literally all they can do. They do a house swap. They might be all right, bro. Just swap the.
He probably ain't even move his stuff into his new house yet, bro.
Not yet. House empty. Spider web still in it, bro.
Good God, bro.
Ain't even got no circulation. Lights ain't on. Power bill ain't paid. None of that. Just man.
They wrong for that, bro. They know I just can't get
Let
over
me
that.
last thing I want to talk about with you real
Yeah.
quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have you heard about the Justin Tucker allegations, bro?
Oh yeah, that's been I don't know. Yeah, I heard about it though, but yeah.
I don't want to like talk about it long, but I was just saying, just bringing it up just to let people know that we did hear about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
In my humble opinion, go on and cut, bro. go on and cut, bro. You
Yes.
can't go
And
on
the
and cut.
funny thing is, Cam, and again, we don't know all these is allegations. We don't know if anything is confirmed. Just for legal reasons, we don't know. But people in Baltimore have been saying they're not surprised by this. Like it was people on Twitter I was seeing in Baltimore. I was like, oh yeah, bro, this been going on. Like I don't know
In
why
2021, they were saying that.
they was saying in 2021, bro, they was hearing about allegations about him. And this was before it was even brought to the light. And it's crazy because I've heard other people say he's like the most liked person in Baltimore. Like everybody loves Justin Tucker. I seen a video a couple years ago with him hanging in the trenches of Baltimore, and niggas was like, "Oh, Justin Tucker, what's up, bro?" Like they were treating him like he was Big Meech coming home, which that might be a whole nother story with him and 50 Cent. But again, bro, like it was like it's crazy. Like I don't know, bro. I don't know. But that situation does not sound good. It does not look good.
It don't.
It don't look good. One more thing, too, before we go. We didn't talk about it yet. Myles Garrett requested a trade, and also as well, Cooper Kupp pretty much said LA is going to trade him eventually. We wanted to talk about that before we head out. I'm going to just give my synopsis on it real quickly. Myles Garrett is going to be one of the more sought-out players. Even though he's 29, he already done said he want to play for a contender. When I look at them, and a team I'm looking at heavy for him is the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Philadelphia Eagles, for one, they're going to have the money to do so because they're pretty young, actually. If you look at the Eagles, most of their pieces now are starting to get really young, like Jalen Carter. Who else is on rookie deals?
Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith, all them Georgia boys.
Cooper.
Quinyon Mitchell, all they like big pieces for real, besides like AJ and Devontae and Hurts and Saquon. Besides that, they all taken care of. So I think for one, Myles Garrett is going to want a deal, but I think the Eagles would kind of make a lot of sense for him. He wants to win. You put him opposite of who's Josh Sweat. Is that who's there for them? Josh Sweat
and Nolan Smith.
And so they might let Nolan Smith walk. They might let Josh Sweat walk then. I would cut Josh Sweat if you get Myles Garrett, of course.
Myles Garrett, yeah.
I would do that tandem right there, and that would be an absolute show. But I think the Eagles are a team that really should be really, really interested in giving up a first-round pick because it's going to be a late first round for them anyway, and they're pretty much loaded across the board anyway. So I would really, really consider the Eagles for him. What do you think about him? What do you think? What team should kind of be considering him?
I think all 32 teams should be considering him. For sure. Really, but man, obviously, I'm gonna say the Ravens need to be in the mix, but I don't know how they feeling about trading for players, especially in division. It's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I think the Eagles is a good choice. I can see. I don't know, man. I really don't know, man. I could see I don't know. I ain't even thought about who I could see him going to. Don't be surprised if it's man. I mean, what do the Lions got at edge other than Aiden
Lions?
What are they? What are they doing? You know what I'm saying?
Lions.
I think another team that's really active in the trade situations. I can see the Houston Texans getting busy because they're always active in trades. I don't think they need them, obviously, but I can see them getting active in trades.
Because Hunter and Will Anderson both had good years this year. So
for sure, they definitely and the style of play that they play, they're good. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of a team that really utilizes because again, he's not an outside linebacker. He's a true defensive end.
Yeah,
and that's the kicker because a lot of teams be using outside linebackers these days, which is why I didn't say a team like the Buffalo Bills, because they prefer, they prefer linebackers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So but that's why I'm thinking again, a team like the Ravens need to be in the mix, because we do still use hand in the dirt defensive ends. You know what I'm saying? I could see, shoot, who else, man? I could see I don't know, man. I'm gonna say I'm kind of like what you said with the Eagles.
Eagles and Detroit make a lot of sense. Either one of them make Detroit's
either one.
That should be really, because if you get Aiden Hutchinson and then him on the other side,
oh my goodness,
woo,
that would actually. And if I was him, that would be a smart move to go. That would be a smart. That would be a smart route. Is he from Texas? He from Texas, right?
I think he is. I know he went to Texas A&M. I'll look it up real quick, but
where he from? Because he also might want to just
go home.
Obviously, I don't think Dallas would be a fit, but he might. I could see him. Where he from?
Yeah. So Myles Garrett,
Arlington, Texas.
Yep, Texas. Yep. So he's actually from Arlington. So that would really be in Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah. But see, the thing about it is, he said contender. That's the kicker.
Yeah.
You can go to home and play for Dallas, and that would be that'd be good for him. I mean,
golly, not to cut you off again and not to go back to Luka's situation.
Holy
crap. What a terrible week for Dallas sports fans. Holy hell. The week before Luka gets traded, they hire Schottenheimer, who's an absolute, I'm not trying to talk crap about him, but let's be real. That's a joke of a hire, man. Let's be honest. And then they turned around 8 days later and lose Luka. Good God. Holy crap. Woo,
who did they get as OC? Because then they made a dumb hire, didn't they? At OC or DC or something like that.
Dumb, bro. Dallas sports fans are literally in hell right now. Goodness. If you pull for the Mavs and also as well the Dallas Cowboys, goodness gracious. I feel your pain. That's rough. That's a rough 8 days, man, of sports. I might well just tune out for the rest of the year. That's crazy. But yeah, sorry to go back to the Luka thing again. But man, again, I don't really look at them as no contender though, to be quite frank. Especially in that division where the Redskins, the Commanders done kind of woke up a little bit. The Eagles look as good as they look. Cowboys ain't no real contender in the NFC, man. Not right now, they not. And with no Schottenheimer at coach, no, they ain't.
Their offensive coordinator is the Cardinals offensive line coach, and then their defensive coordinator is Matt Eberflus. That's right. So, I mean, the defense might be straight because Eberflus is a pretty good defensive mind. But
he was straight at defensive coordinator. Yeah,
but
and then let's before we head out, let's talk about the Cooper Kupp thing real quickly. Cooper Kupp pretty much getting requested to trade out of they pretty much telling him you gonna get traded out of LA. Now he hasn't had a 1,000-yard season since that Triple Crown year because of injuries, because he's been out. Again, I think his greater days are past him now. He is 31, I believe, about to be 32.
It's crazy.
And I think the Rams, because he came into the league late. He was 24, 25.
Yeah, I was about to say, I remember when he got drafted. Man.
Yeah, he came into the league 24, so he was already kind of older coming into the league. But man, I'm not gonna lie, man. With him, I think his brighter days are behind him. I think at this point he's a good wide receiver 3, something like that. Yeah, I don't even think, because look at what Puka has been able to do. I almost want to call him a system wide receiver. Not gonna lie, because Puka is eating out there in LA, and he pretty much took his spot. It's gotten to the point now the Rams want him gone so bad, they're saying they'll pay a good chunk of his salary going forward.
Oh, what's good? What's up with that? It's gonna sound crazy, but I heard
good. When teams start saying they'll pay your salary, that ain't good.
Yep. Let me not say that, but yeah, man, I don't know. I think for me, I think a team that he can end up with is the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
I've heard the Bills name get passed around. I think that'd be a good fit. Because I think Josh, he could use a security blanket.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then obviously Cooper Kupp could use just a home anywhere.
Yeah, because it's not looking good.
Yeah, I'm really surprised they kind of doing him like this after he
I
literally
am
won.
too, low
Like,
key.
I feel like that's kind of disrespectful. I ain't gonna hold you,
I
cause
mean, and again, now to be fair to the Rams too, he has been mid the last 3 years, so I get where they coming from. But yeah, somebody just won a
Triple
triple
Crown,
crown in the last couple of years, and also won a Super Bowl with you guys. They
Super Bowl MVP.
is kind of like cooking, bro. I'm not gonna lie, and I
I
am a
thought
little
it.
bit like, ooh, yeah, y'all ain't gotta cook, bro, that hard. Goodness,
I really wonder if him and Stafford just not seeing eye to eye right now or something like that. Cause it's like something ain't right, man.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
in my honest opinion, like
The way they
I
doing him is definitely giving Cam the way the Panthers did Cam in 2020 when they were just like, oh, we releasing him. It's definitely kind of giving that same vibe.
yeah, man, he really done his last 3 years, you was right, bro.
Mhm.
812 yards,
Yep.
75 catches, 6 touchdowns. That's not terrible, but I mean, it ain't what he did the year before that. And then last year, 737, 5 touchdowns, 59 catches, and then this year, 67 catches, 710 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Mhm.
So I mean, he's really had he's only had two 1,000 yard seasons. One of them he was almost at 2,000, but I mean, I'm really surprised that they doing him like this though. Like I feel like you owe like a Super Bowl MVP. I feel like you owe them a little bit more respect, you know what I'm saying, on the
Right.
way out the door like that.
Yeah.
But they just like, man, I can't do this no more. But
Yeah.
I get it though. They trying to get younger and I mean they trying to I think they can get a fourth out of him still. I think they can get a fourth.
Yeah, they probably will. They'll probably still get like a third or fourth out of him. A day three probably. They ain't getting no
Yeah.
first or no second out of him. No,
No.
at
I
this
don't
point,
think
you
they
might get a
I don't
day. You might get an early day three pick.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, you ain't getting no. I wouldn't third, late third at the earliest because you
Yeah,
are gonna pretty
possibly.
much. Yeah, and it's probably gonna be more so like you said, fourth, probably to be
That's
quite.
that to me, that's the max that you would now if you a
Yeah,
team like now if you a team like the New England Patriots, you might pay a little bit more. You might pay a
yeah,
third. You know what I'm saying? But if you a team like the Houston Texans, the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, where you good with or without him,
yep. Mm-hmm.
you know, you just lowball and see what you can get for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or see what you can, you know, yeah.
Yeah. It's just again, man, it's been a crazy couple of weeks in sports, period. Especially this week. It's just been kind of crazy with the whole Luka thing. Again, man, if y'all like this type of content, go ahead and like and subscribe on YouTube. Also, as well, if you listen to us on the audios, we got it on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Google, all that, man. Go check us out, Spotify as well. Go ahead and give us a 5-star rating. We appreciate y'all love and support. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all was very active tonight. We got 113 people in the building, so shout out to y'all. And again, man, we just thank y'all for all y'all support. And yeah, we appreciate it, man. That was really all I had to say to end off the night, man. We appreciate y'all supporting us and giving us an opportunity to do what we like to do, talk sports. So I just wanted to make that clear that we just want to say thank y'all for sure before we end out the show.
Yes, sir. Same here. Everything he said, man. Appreciate y'all every week, man. It's fun. I mean, he was just talking about it. It's flying, bro. It
Yeah,
really is flying by.
yeah. Yeah,
But
we were talking about this earlier, man. We on episode 68 of this podcast. That's absolutely crazy. So again, man, appreciate all y'all's love and support, man. We really enjoy doing it. We'll be back next week to recap the Super Bowl. And then we don't know. We're still trying to debate if we're gonna take a little break between, after the Super Bowl and maybe getting into March Madness, whatever. We'll let y'all know when that time does come. But yeah, man, again, bro, just thank y'all for everything y'all do for us, and we appreciate it, man. Cam,
yep.
did you have anything else for him?
Nah, man. Thank y'all. Like he said, we'll catch y'all next week. Or next week after the
Yeah,
Super
next
Bowl.
week. Yep. Well, all right, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna holler at y'all on the next one, man. Peace, love, and happiness.